got the cape. One holds the heart, one opens the gate. Stories of streamers, life behind the glow, mental health, hustle, and learning as we go. Two paths meet in a world we create. One keeps it grounded, one celebrates. This is the compass and the cape, where real meets raw. We laugh, we lift, we learn from the fall. From stream talk to soul talk, we won't fake. Come get real with the compass and the cape. It's okay to pause, to heal, to relate. It's time to tune into the compass and the cape. She's got the compass, she's got the cape. One holds the heart, one opens the gate. Stories of streamers, life behind the glow, mental health, hustle, and learning as we go. Two paths meet in a world we create. One keeps it grounded, one celebrates. This is the compass and the cape, where real meets raw. We laugh, we lift, we learn from the fall. From stream talk to soul talk, we won't fade. Come get real with the compass and the cape. It's okay to pause, to heal, to relate. It's time to tune into the compass and the cape. This is the compass and the cape, where real meets raw. We laugh, we lift, we learn from the fall. From stream talk to soul talk, we won't fake. Come get real with the compass and the cape. It's okay to pause, to heal, to relate. It's time to tune into the compass and the cape.
Hey guys,
Hey.
welcome back.
Yes. Hello. Welcome, everybody.
So this is our third episode. Crazy to
Yes,
say, isn't it?
I know, right? Third episode. We've already had two. It feels like it just started, and then other times, it feels like it's been a long way.
Yeah, right.
Guys, welcome back to the Compass and the Cape. We just, Hero and I just want to say thank you guys for all the support, all the comments, all the messages and things that we have received from you guys. It's been an overwhelming support and feedback that we've gotten, and we are just so very appreciative of you guys and of the community that we're building here. And we just have so much appreciation for y'all. And it's been crazy, and it's been something that I know I've wanted to do for a very long time. And I know Heroes wanted to do it for a while too. And it just seems crazy that we're actually we're finally here, and we're actually doing this and making a dream come true that we've both had. It's just crazy, and we appreciate you guys sharing your thoughts and stuff. It's meant a lot. Um, and today we're coming to you guys with a little bit of an update, which is good, and also a little shift in the direction that we're taking, because we're just, as you guys know, we're just starting out. And so this is one of those things that it's very organic, and we're learning as we go, and, finding things that we've liked about it, things that we don't like so much about it, things that we would like to see more of, things that we might want to change, to grow so we can be better and bring a better podcast to you guys. Right, Hero?
Yeah, of course. Just to kind of touch on what Calm said, this really has been a dream. It's definitely been a long time coming. And when we finally just said, you know what, let's just do it. And that's definitely very much the way like how I like to do things, for sure.
Let's
And
freaking
so
go.
yeah, just go. And but I
I
mean,
hear you in my head. I can hear you in my head doing that because you're the only person I know that goes, "Let's freaking go."
let's go. Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, and with that mindset, there are definitely some lessons learned, you know? When we started this journey, we thought Sundays at 2 p.m. would be the best time, right? We did some research, for best times to do a live podcast, best time to try to reach everybody. And we also are supporting um, other streamers and other communities who are also doing, their live streams and their live podcasts and things like that. So we were trying to find like a really good time to support everyone else, and then also find a good time where it leaves the schedule open for support, right? So we put out one live podcast with you guys, um and then another live podcast. Our second podcast was live, and
Right.
it was it's been a learning experience ever since we pressed record for the live
Yes,
podcast,
it
right?
has,
It's
in many, many different ways.
Yeah. Yeah. And so some takeaways, after we've sat and kind of discussed just a better direction to go and still bring a good quality podcast to you guys. And so, to shed a little real life light on the situation, um, we are still very much juggling full-time jobs and full-time commitments. And so we have our own streams, and we're so dedicated and passionate for bringing this podcast to you guys and making it as great as it possibly can be. And we're really starting to feel the weight of all of that. And
Well,
so,
might I add that I'm off for the summer. Hero is not, sadly, but me, I am.
yeah. So, um, I
She
mean,
wants to smack me for it.
well, I mean, we did talk about that and the possibilities that the open schedule brings to UCOM, whereas there's no such possibility for me on my end. And
Mm-mm.
so there's no long stretches of break. There's no, if I'm going to take a holiday or if I'm going to take some time off, I literally have to take it off of work, but then it's not like an actual break, because then all that time goes strictly to content and creating and editing and all of that, since a lot of the technical responsibility falls over here. And so, a lot of that started really weighing down on me personally, and really started playing a role on my mental and emotional well-being, for sure, because my
And we know how important the mental health thing is, so we kinda had to call in a little reinforcements,
yeah,
um, because, Hero, once she sets her mind to do something once you set your mind to do something, uh, sh you're like a locomotive. You just, "Get out of my
freaking
way!"
go, let's freaking go. Yeah.
Yeah, and one thing that I explained to her was like, with me and being off for the summer because of working for a school, I get to see a lot at the end of the tunnel, but I was like, you don't get that. So you're constantly just trudging forward nonstop day after day, and you're not getting to see a lot. And when you get to see a lot at the end of the tunnel, it still continues to motivate you and push you because the further along you get, sooner or later, eventually you're going to see that light. It pushes you to go more. But when you don't have that, there's there tends to not be as much motivation there, and it becomes very overwhelming and very daunting. And
Yeah.
I saw that in Hero, and I neither one of us want it to be that way because we have always wanted to do this. We love doing this, but we wanted to do it in a way that is healthy and is fun. because we both say if you're not having fun, if you're not enjoying what you're doing, then your community is going to see that and it's going to reflect that. And you want them to feel good as well.
Yeah, yeah. And you know, we've had um we took some time, we took a step back, we did more research and found that what we're going to do moving forward should be, and as we're finding out today, really is pretty freeing. And so
Yeah.
there's a lot of really good things that were taken away from the research that we've done, and then just this experience of pre-recording these podcasts. And so we just wanted to kind of jump in and kind of share some of that here with you. So podcasts are very different than live streaming, right? So we're not playing a game together. We're not live interacting in chat. There's not a whole lot more. There's not a lot of interaction between us as we're here on this podcast and then you guys in live chat viewing the podcast. As you guys have experienced before, when we were doing the live sessions, we couldn't really even talk to you until after, when we would come back for the Q&A.
Yeah.
And so, and we were really fighting that because we really wanted to interact, but at the same time, we didn't want it to pull away from the content that we were giving, right? And but it was very distracting. But then also not as you know, it wasn't as engaging as we wanted it to be with you all, right?
Mhm.
So we had to kind of come back and start over in a sense and say, okay, like what is working for us and what isn't. And podcasts tend to grow best when they're consistent and intentional, of course, but not necessarily live. Right? So that's where pre-recorded shows will allow us to bring a better quality of content. It gives us time to get a little bit more creative. Make sure that we don't have, like we did in the the very first episode, where we had a lot of echo with Calm's audio, and we were trying to figure out what was going on with that, and all of that was happening live.
It's my audio.
And so
Always like the Hill Divers boot camp. Oh my God. Always audio.
so, you know, and then so just being able to check all these things beforehand, and then there's not as much pressure during a live episode either, because it's only just me and Calm, by the way, guys. So
Yeah, nobody else.
there's no production team. We don't have anybody in the background that's like giving us cues or anything like that. So if there's an echo or something, you guys catch it before we would, and then I would have to try and troubleshoot all of that live, which takes away from the pod, right? Initially. So that's another reason why we decided to pre-record. And, you know, above all else though, burnout is so real. And your energy as a creator is part of your brand. And so we have to protect that. And I say this all the time. Calm's heard me say this, but you have to protect your peace at all costs. And when it starts chipping away at everything that you are trying to do, our fellow streamers can attest to this, but your viewers can see that, right? I mean, they can see right through you. And there's only so much faking it until you make it that you can do after you hit that live button and you're completely drained. Go ahead, Calm.
I was just going to say that reminds me of how I told you we were talking the other day, and I was telling you about during one of my streams, one of my community members was like, you know, Calm, are you okay? You look really stressed or tired. And I was like, and it wasn't meant. Some people will be like, well, damn, tell me how you really feel, you know?
Yeah.
But no, it wasn't meant that way at all, and I didn't take it that way. It made me be like, "Oh, wow. I kinda do feel pretty stressed right now." And apparently it's coming out, and I thought, that I was hiding it and not showing it, but, apparently I'm not doing as good a job doing that as I thought I was, and I really appreciated that they did that because it did help me take a step back. But that's just a perfect example of, as a content creator or streamer, dreamer and all the above, that when you're stressed and when you're not having a good time, your community is going to be able to pick up on that, and they're not going to get you. We want to give you guys the best of us.
Right.
When you're a content creator, you want to give your community the best content you can, or the best parts of you, the best whatever it is that you're offering your community, whether it's mental health or whether it's comedy or whatever it is you're deciding to do. You want to give them the best. You want them to have the best. And when you get burnt out and you're really stressed and it starts chipping away at your peace, like Hero said, they're not going to get the best, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
and you're not going to be able to give your best no matter how bad you want to. You're not going to be able to.
Right. Right. So we want to give
Right.
this podcast and, you know, staying power, right? We want it to grow with us. And that means being honest about what's sustainable for both of us.
Yes.
But then also, we decided to make this episode 3 because it is very real and transparent. And it gives you guys a little bit of some real life. This is what creating a podcast off the hip looks like. This is what, and also being fairly new streamers and creating a podcast off the hip looks like, right? There's a
Yeah,
lot
we've
of,
not even been streaming 6 months yet, have we? I
I
haven't.
think we're barely reaching 6 months, maybe.
Yeah, well, you started in what, December, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and I started at the end of January, so it's about 6 months for you, a little bit, almost there for me. So, yeah, we're very new.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just
And
a baby.
yeah. And so, but that's the point, is that we want to also be, the reason we started to do this, obviously, is not just to show you guys the rainbows and butterflies parts of content creating and podcasting and streaming and all that, but to bring you the real life pieces too, right? It's with any story or with any journey, it's not always going to be sunshine and rainbows. There's a lot of hills and valleys that you're going to have to navigate. And so we were met pretty, I would say pretty abruptly. The obstacles as far as the podcast comes,
Yeah,
really kind of just,
absolutely.
it was like the icing on the cake or the straw on the camel's back, or insert saying here, where we've just had enough. It was just broke us. It was the breaking point for me, I know for sure. And so Calm is going to bring to you and kind of talk to you about what exactly is changing.
Yeah. So, what is going to change, guys, is the show, like Hero mentioned before, is going to be pre-recorded, pretty much around the same time every week. It may not be down to the exact hour or whatever, but it will be pre-recorded instead of being live. And it'll be available. We already have episodes up on YouTube right off the bat, and now finally this week we Hero got it up on Spotify. So now the podcast will be also available on Spotify or YouTube, either one. We're still working on the Apple podcast. We don't have that taken care of yet. We're having some issues, by the way, if anybody can message us later or give us some tips, because we already have Apple accounts prior to the podcast. And Apple is giving both of us a real crappy time about wanting to let us make another account specifically for the podcast. Uh, and we've not found a way around that yet. Not due for a lack of trying. So if anybody has any ideas about that, we are willing to take feedback and direction. And so this gives um, this gives Hero and me more editing control for editing out the podcast and making sure that it's clean and crisp and that you guys are really getting the best of what we have to offer. It allows us for better storytelling, and, and helps us build out our segments, like how Hero wants to do the streamer spotlights and the Hero's Quest, and then like the Druid's Corner for me, things like that. It gives us the ability to be able to build those things and make them even better than trying to do it live all the time. Um, it allows us for bonus episodes, collaborations, and things like that, and possibly an audience Q&A in the future. We're looking at possibly. Um, so now there may be some times where we may have some special events,
Hmm.
which may be live and not recorded, but we will absolutely let you guys know up front and advertise to you guys and give you guys plenty of time to be aware for that in case you want to show up for the live events.
Yeah, you'll
um
know way ahead of time.
yeah, yeah, so if we have any special events, which we will have in the future, I know Hero is really interested in some different types of events. Her mind's always creative and working. And she's got some things that she definitely wants to do in the future that she's thinking about. So that's pretty much what's going to be changing. So it's not really a whole lot that's going to be changing, and everything that is changing is going to be for the better because it takes some pressure off of us. It lets us breathe a little and be able to put more meaning and more thought into what we are bringing to you guys. So,
Yeah,
that's did I cover everything? Did that
yeah,
sound right?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It doesn't sound like a lot. It literally just sounds like we're just pre-recording this and instead of going live.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of things
You
that
guys have no idea.
yeah, yeah. There's a lot of things that goes into this that you
Yeah.
guys just don't see.
Yeah.
S- Um, but it'll allow us to just bring more focus, make it more fun, and just keep this place a creative space, right? A place of inspiration and connection. And that's really we don't want to lose that, right?
No.
So,
It's the most important thing, that and being a safe space and not just, I mean, back and forth banter and all that stuff, is good. And it can be entertaining and stuff, but for me and Hero, one of the things that we're passionate about and really means a lot to us, and the real reason, the main reason why we wanted to do this, uh, is to bring you guys helpful information, to bring you guys a place that you can go to for support, whether it's tips on how to grow, tips on how to make content, how to improve your streams, how to improve your social media content, things like that, or tips on how to set goals or carrying the mental load and the emotional load that really comes with content creation and the mental aspects that creators face
Right.
being content creators.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the most important thing to us that we want to bring. I mean, yeah, good times and and chatting and banner and stuff, that's fun. And there will be some episodes where we do some fun things and stuff. Uh but that is, like Hero said, that is the most important part. That is what's forefront in our minds at all times when we're thinking about the podcast or preparing for the podcast.
Yeah, exactly. So really, we're not scaling back. We're just scaling smarter. Um, we're also really excited to lean more into our Discord going forward. So we want that to be the heart of the village, so to speak. So to kind of bring us a place where you can ask questions, you can submit streamer spotlights, you could suggest topics, or you could even suggest other streamers. So say you weren't interested in potentially showcasing yourself, but you know of a really great streamer that you feel like would love a spotlight or deserves it or whatever. Then you can
Absolutely.
suggest them there. Yeah. Um, or you can just hang out with other creators, right? And us. So we really are going to start leaning more into that and driving a lot of things through the Discord. Also, giveaways or questions regarding how to's or tips or things like that. So there have already been several really great questions asked that I do plan on addressing, but I want to do it in a way where one of our guests also gets to share feedback on them, on a lot of the some of really great questions. Um, so let's see. So we've got our Discord, and then we also have something a little extra and new now that we're bringing to the table. But we now have a PO box, so that's really great. And so that means now you can physically send letters or artwork or, gifts or entries for giveaways or whatever. Calm, did you have specific things that you kind of see? What's your vision for the P.O. box?
Kind of the same thing, like, pretty much the same. If you have artwork or anything that you would like to be showcased, or letters or anything like that, to send, that would be great. Um, and then also, and it's not just for the Compass and the Cape podcast. So if you're part of Heroes community and streams and you would like to see something, say there's a special candy or something that you would like to torture Hero with, or see
Oh,
see see Hero explore on during one of her streams, you could send it to the PO box, or anybody in my community, if there was anything that you would like to send the same way, some kind of candy or chips or hot stuff or whatever, things like that, you could send them to the same PO box because we both of our names are on it and we share it. So, or if you would like something on just for the podcast, uh, that's fine too. If you guys do choose to use that, please be sure to just include there either this is for Hero, or this is for Calm, or this is for the Compass and the Cape podcast, that kind of thing.
I just got a thought, but one of the next live events could literally be where the two of us try just a bunch of different things uh that they
People
send us to
send.
try. It could
Oh
just be one
God.
big torture fest.
Bro, I am not. I have no. If it's a spotter, I'm not doing it. I ain't doing it. I am not putting no fuzzy legs in my mouth.
Oh, I might could do a fuzzy leg, but I don't know about like the
No.
big old
No.
caboose.
The caboose? You called it
That's
the
all I
caboose.
could think of is a hairy
Oh,
spider caboose. No, thanks.
bro, like, I
Look, we're just
wonder
giving them
though,
ideas at this point.
but okay, maybe this is just my weird uh interruptive thoughts or whatever you want to call them. But so when
Intrusive?
they do, yes, intrusive. Thank you.
Yeah.
Brain fart. Uh, when they do bugs like that, they're dried and crispy, I guess, on the outside, but on the inside, do they get dried and crispy, or are they still like when you bite
Mm-mm.
into them? Do they like
Mm-mm.
squish?
God, I hope
Like,
so.
can you
I
imagine?
hope it's all just like dried out because I'm telling you right
Yeah.
now, I would do a squish test. I literally just like if I felt any squishy, absolutely not.
That thing better be drier than grandma's panties.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
'Cause
No.
I hate doing it.
And I have like a thing about hair anyway. So like
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah, he
can't
roastably
do
does.
I couldn't imagine putting like a hairy spider leg in my mouth.
I mean, most people have things about hair, but it's almost like a not a phobia, but it's like an instantaneous,
Ick. It's a ick.
uncontrollable reaction with Hero. Like, she can't control it. It's just automatic. What?
Yeah, no. Mm-mm. And that's literally just like hair. My own hair even. Like I just can't. Like literally will clean my brush after every brush. Like there's no I just cannot
Oh,
do the hair thing. So gross. But
so there you go for unknown facts about me or Hero that you never knew you never knew you knew, obviously, because you never do it. Thank you,
mhm.
ADHD, getting lost again. But yeah, facts that you now know and probably didn't want to know. What can I say? But you're welcome. You're
So, but yeah, so I mean, you can send us stuff through the PO box now. But whether you're new to the journey or you've been with us from day one, we just want to connect deeper, right? And so this is our way to do it. So you can jump into the Discord, tell us about your favorite moments. How did you find us, right?
yeah,
I'm always curious to know that because we're all over the place now, and we just recently found that one of our followers literally
yeah,
found us on
through
Spotify.
Spotify.
Like their
Yeah,
first
he showed up in my
impression.
chat the other day.
Yeah, crazy. That was
He
crazy to
showed up
me.
to yours was it last night?
Yeah, yeah.
Last
He jumped into
Yeah,
my
last night.
stream and said,
Yeah,
"Hey," and
while
was
we were
like, "Just so you
chat
know,
rooms.
found you on Spotify." And I was like, "That's
Yeah,
crazy."
yeah.
So we'd
It
love to
was really
know.
cool though. It was really cool.
Yeah. Um, and then how can they find our PO box? Calm.
How can they find our PO box?
If they wanted to send us
I don't
something,
know. That is a good question. How can they find our PO box?
you'll have to join our Discord to get it.
Oh, yes, join the Discord to get it. I don't remember that part. So, guys, what we need from you is we need you to subscribe or follow on Spotify and YouTube. And of course, eventually Apple when we get that figured out because we done discussed the situation with Apple. Ugh. And please leave a review or a comment because it helps the algorithm and builds up our community and our village that we're trying to build with you guys. And please join the Discord and submit questions or segment ideas or shout outs and nominations. If you're not comfortable or wouldn't like to be spotlighted or whatever, or talk on the podcast, there may be somebody that you know that may deserve it, you feel is a great streamer or content creator that you would like to see on a podcast with us. So please hit follow on Spotify and drop us a review. It helps so much more than you know. Hop into the Discord. We're taking your questions and shout outs. And, this isn't just our journey, it's our journey together. And we're just getting started, guys. We've
Yeah.
got we got a long way to go. We're wanting to take this as on a far trip as we can, and we're just getting started. So we appreciate y'all.
Yeah, don't forget about our TikTok also. So for those of you who want to drop your, say you've joined the Discord, you've got some really great event or something happening, like maybe you're having a subathon or something, then we announce these kinds of things like on our TikToks to help send people your
Yes.
way. So, we're trying to do as much as we can to give back to the community, and this is just one more way for us to do that.
Yeah, we actually have in the Discord, for those of you who haven't joined the Discord yet, there is actually a specific section for community events. If you go under there and you put in the event that you're having, or if you want to highlight someone else's event, you just put the details in there, and Hero and I will highlight that event on our social media pages to help you get more attention and more interaction with your event that you're having, and to make sure and get the word out. So,
Yeah, awesome. Guys, I think we're going to close here. So, thank you so much for riding with us. Thanks for believing in us. Thanks for understanding that part of creating something sustainable means sometimes shifting the sails. So, here's to a new chapter, one filled with intention, joy, a little less burnout, please. And we'll see you in the next episode of The Compass and the Cape. Calm, you want to leave our viewers with anything else?
see you later, Granny.
All right. Bye, guys. We'll see you in the next one.
Got a compass grounded in kind. The other's got a cape and a streaming state of mind. Talking burnout goals and the highs and the lows. From deep convos to streamer blow-ups. Here we go. It's the compass and the cape finding your way. With a little bit of laughter and a lot to say. Streamer stories, healing and hype. With Hero and Calm, it's gonna be a good time. We're real, we're raw, a little messy too. But every week we're showing up for you. So plug in your heart, turn up the brain. It's the compass and the cape where real talk reigns. Here for streamers, dreamers, and everyone in between. This is the place where you're heard and seen. One's got a compass, one's got a compass grounded in kind. The other's got a cape and a streaming state of mind. Talking burnout goals and the highs and the lows. From deep convos to streamer blow-ups. Here we go! It's the compass and the cape finding your way. With a little bit of laughter and a lot to say. Streamer stories, healing and hype. With Hero and Calm, it's gonna be a good time. It's the compass and the cape finding your way. With a little bit of laughter and a lot to say. Streamer stories, healing and hype. With Hero and Calm, it's gonna be a good time. We're real, we're all a little messy too. But every week we're showing up for you. So plug in your heart, turn up the brain. It's the compass and the cape where real talk reigns. Here for streamers, dreamers, and everyone in between. This is the place where you're heard and seen.